Right.
Because it's Hell in a Cell tonight. We didn't do any predictions because I want to go to the hospital. So we might as well go. I mean, we know this pod is going to air tomorrow, but in the essence of FBC pod, and by tomorrow we mean Monday, but in the essence of FBC pod be knowing, I want to say first off, we told y'all, loser, if they don't do what they supposed to do, out of the family.
Yeah. And you know what? And we don't need to do predictions on time. You can predict that far in the future. So take these match predictions and shut the fuck up. Like, yo, we told y'all what was going to happen a month ago.
Clean, like October 1st.
Yeah.
We told y'all what was going to happen. All I'm hoping is we have the Samoan flair. I do want to see Samoa. I want to see them niggas. I want to see the tiki torches. I want to see all that shit tonight.
Hey, well, it's more than possible to happen. I mean, it's at this point, it's the only thing missing from your prediction. So, I mean, hey, let's get to it. Like let's just see what Hell in a Cell has to offer.
Yeah, and as I said, this is the first Hell in a Cell in a while that I'm like really anticipating, and it's mainly because of the main event.
Yes, and I was going to ask you this because I don't know about you personally, but me, when I just watch these Hell in a Cell matches, until I want to say the last 2, maybe 3 years, I was always just in like, okay, hey, it's about to be a Hell in a Cell match. It is what it is. But now I'm expecting one to reach into that top 10, maybe top 5 Cell matches of all time. Like, because now it seems like there's a group, there's a tandem, there's a matchup that they're trying to outdo everything that we've ever saw before. And every night, one, I think, has been successful.
Yeah.
So are you expecting like a top 5 or a top 10 contender as far as Hell in a Cell matches tonight?
I'm expecting 2.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna front. Like, you know, the Drew McIntyre Randy Orton thing. I think it's gonna be a good match. I just don't care for it. So but make no mistake, my expectations is not low for that match. Because I think both can go. Of course, Randy can go. We know Drew can go. When it comes to a violent structure such as Hell in a Cell, you basically give them to a toy. They gonna ride. I've never seen Randy Orton in a terrible Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah, and I didn't realize he was an 8.
Right.
I had no idea. Like that totally threw me off. I was like, damn, did they got that on the collections? Like I need to watch all these bitches now.
Yeah, he's in a lot. I think his first one was against The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And he's like AAA. He's been in enough. Yeah. And they ain't been huff at all. So
yeah, like maybe I don't know. I must have dozed off. I didn't know him and Daniel Bryan did Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
I want to see that. Like I gotta go watch that.
They did Hell in a Cell. Yeah. But with that being said, we getting Bayley and Sasha in the Hell in a Cell match tonight too. We getting 3.
Yeah, man.
And we've seen them wrestle before. All right, each other, and we know what match. While I don't want them to fight right now.
Right.
Fuck it.
Yeah, man.
After Saturday, YOLO. Let's go.
Let's go. Right. Yeah. We want to make sure you're here to see the match. Regardless, right?
Gotta make sure I'm here. So I believe tonight, as far as the Hell in a Cell matches, that this is going to be a night to remember. I think feuds end tonight.
Okay.
And I think feuds might begin tonight. So just to go to the predictions, right?
Okay.
And these are the matches that's just been announced right now. It's only 5. I have a feeling that more than that is going to be announced. Maybe like one pre-show match or whatever. Or two, we didn't see anything with the Intercontinental Championship. I wouldn't be surprised if they do Daniel Bryan versus, and I forgot to put that in the joint. We got to talk about that too. They didn't put like Daniel Bryan versus Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn was upset that Daniel Bryan like, yo, the Intercontinental Championship should be defended every week. So it was basically like the Intercontinental TV Championship, and Sami Zayn was like, nah.
Yeah, we ain't doing all that, bro.
Nigga, don't put me in your shit. Right. The Street Profits, the thing with that was interesting to see the Street Profits tag up with Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens to take on Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. So look, wouldn't be surprised if it's a fatal four-way that go on tonight for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Will the US title be defended? Because like no Hurt Business, no Retribution on this card, no Raw Tag Team Championship. So I got a feeling, a feeling tomorrow we're just gonna like have to tweet out like, hey, we think this is gonna happen, whatever. But let's go with the predictions. Is that 5 up right now? Yeah.
That's super trash. I'm sorry. We'll get to it later. Go ahead.
We're gonna talk about a lot of trash today, but Otis versus The Miz, and let me start this off. Let me just get this out the way right now, because we're gonna talk about this again a little bit later. That was a trash ass segment on SmackDown on Friday.
I know, friend. I haven't seen SmackDown. All of
I'm
it
glad.
Yet, so.
I'm glad. It's a trash ass segment. It put me to sleep.
Okay.
Dead ass. I dozed off and missed the rest of SmackDown because what happened is they did the trial. They called it Law and Otis. They had John Bradshaw Layfield as the judge. They had the first black champ, Ron Simmons, as the bailiff.
Okay.
And they basically did the trial between Otis and The Miz, Money in the Bank. The Miz basically paid him off. He ruled in favor of The Miz. So they signed the contract, singles match for Money in the Bank contract. We've seen these matches before. Now, before we go with predictions, one of the things to know, it is rumored that Vince McMahon is a fan of Otis so much that he ain't letting Otis drop the Money in the Bank contract. I tend to agree because if Vince McMahon wasn't a fan, Otis wouldn't have won the shit.
Right. Yeah.
The Miz, I don't like this version of The Miz.
Okay.
I don't like this comedic Miz. I think The Miz and John Morrison can be comedic serious. He kind of came off a little bit when he snapped last week about how, Otis doesn't deserve the Money in the Bank contract. He's a joke, yada, 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 and all that stuff. But that's the Miz that I like. When they bring the Miz down to comedy guy, I expect him to lose. Therefore, I'm predicting Otis to win.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, listen, we're on the same page, man. I mean, hell, I can't say everything I said about Otis in January and be like, he's going to lose now. But you know what? But more importantly, though, and this is why the over versus Barry conversation I think is important for people to really study. Honestly, The Miz is the perfect person to get Otis over.
Yeah.
Because Otis beating The Miz is also beating a former WWE champion, somebody with a decade of history, 15 years or longer in the game, and he doesn't have those matches like. Yeah, I know I think he beat Morrison not too long ago, but I mean, for people tuning in now, I don't even remember him like 10 years ago, really, for the most part. And now, even though they should have done this, and I know it's probably difficult with the pandemic, they've needed to build Otis up, and they wasted, I think, a lot of time because when everybody was creating their own star power and getting out the door, Otis was kind of sitting out there with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and we forgot about that.
Hey,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I expect him to win because even your Money in the Bank contract holder needs to look legit. And right now, we don't see him legitly beating any any champion right now, and we also don't see him legitly giving up a good fight in a loss.
Right. And here's the and you know what, Camp? I'm gonna throw out not a prediction here, but this is what I would do.
Okay.
I would drop the Money in the Bank to Miz. But Tucker would be the reason why I drop it. And I would put Tucker with as basically like a bodyguard for the Miz and John Morrison. He'd be their third. That's what I would do. I would Miz, Money in the Bank, Tucker. Hey, Tucky, what did you? And then, you know, hey man, I've been running behind you this whole time. We not together. Now it's time to show that I'm this, boom. But he ride off with the Miz, and he's like their bodyguard.
Because they're all on Raw.
They're all on Raw. So that's what I would do to give Tucker some TV time. And basically, I mean, you're not gonna make him to a high mid card or whatever, but he's the guy that's going to take the bumps for these guys and protect them and help them win matches.
Interesting. See, I have something different in mind for Tucker, but that's interesting. That's really interesting.
What you got?
I honestly, and I think I might have mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but I actually see him being like one of the legit like contenders. Like I see Tucker holding the U.S. Championship here relatively soon, because they see something and it's obviously there. But more importantly, though, talking smack, Sami Zayn was like, yo, this is a great opportunity for Tucker. Like, people don't know how good this guy is. And I was like, is he breaking kayfabe right now when you're doing that? Or like, is this like the setup? Because apparently, I think it's not so like low key, like the locker room is high on Tucker. So I don't see henchmen in his future. I see standalone act with at least a mid-card title run. But
you know who I see in Tucker? And it's funny because I've been watching old wrestling this week. Henry Godwin.
There we go.
And
Hogg was decent though. He was just dirty.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying? He was decent.
Yeah, that's I mean, not saying that can't eventually happen, what you said, but that's who I see. Like, what was it, Southern Justice?
Yeah.
He was getting a Southern Justice on. Like, I see that in him, where he's like the dude that don't say much, but beat your ass.
Yeah.
He's helping the Miz and John Morrison. He's basically like, since they're stars, he's basically their bodyguard.
Yeah.
And it's gonna take time to take away from the hey Tucky. So it's gonna take success. So you have to build him to being the ass beater that he's going to become.
Yeah. Because right now, and it's so funny that you keep saying the Tucker thing, because it's funny because that they actually have the role reversal where Tucker's the guy calming Otis down and not the other way around. So now he has to be the uncontrollable piece to that puzzle.
Bingo. So that's what I would like to see happen, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Otis is gonna win. And I have a unofficial surprise to keep going with that. But the other match that's announced, Evil Honky Tonk Man is back.
Yeah.
Had a dope ass concert last week.
Yeah, man. Hey, Otis, Elias is sick of you bitch ass niggas not respecting his pen game or his guitar game. Like, real quick on that. I'm glad that he went from Honky Tonk Man to Road Dogg and Jeff Jarrett like in one fell swoop, because it seemed like he was trying to do like acoustic comedy at one point. But now he was like, no, we about to make hits. I'm trying to go double plat out here. Right. So I'm trying to set some
records. And he's going up against Jeff Hardy. Elias, Jeff Hardy, singles match, no cage. Who you got?
You know, it's interesting because I have Elias, but They be making Jeff Hardy win matches like this,
man,
to keep him in the conversation. So I'm still picking Elias, but Jeff Hardy winning this match wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, man, I'm going Elias here. He got to sell a record.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm picking him. No other choice here. You're not gonna make him lose, but then be like, yo, go sell his record. Nah. All right, so let's get to the you know what? Before, I know we talked about Tucker, but what is your 2021 prospects for Elias? Because I've been saying like this dude should have been a title holder. I thought they was gonna put him in the title hunt. I thought they was gonna lift him to the to the main card, but injuries has happened.
Right.
But since we're nearing 2021, what's your prospects for Elias?
I mean, honestly, the injuries say it all. I mean, I think that's the other reason why he went so hard on the music. Like, he might be looking at his own trajectory and be like, hey, man, I mean, I want to do this shit, but shit, like, I can't stay healthy, whether it's my ankle, my wrist, shoulder, or whatever. Like, he's had several injuries, like, that have put him out for weeks, months at a time. I mean, honestly, it might just be in his best interest to do the very little that he's doing now while using the WWE as a vehicle to sell his music. I mean, I hope he heals correctly, promptly, fastly, and can get like a good 24-month run. That's what I would like to see. But man, with it literally being like impossible to tell, I say, man, go double platinum, man. So at least you know that you won't fall off and get a future endeavor while being broke, man.
Yeah, I think if he stays healthy in 2021, 2022, sky's the limit.
Yeah, and you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I hope he can stay healthy. Yeah. So talk to Elias, man. You got, I mean, man, make all of our 2017 and 2018 predictions look good, man. Damn.
All right, man. So let me throw out my guarantee tonight.
Okay.
Whoever owns the Money in the Bank is going to try to cash it in tonight.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the key word here is try to. Because I believe if Otis wins, he's going to try to cash it in and get his ass beat by both all three, Jimmy, Jay, and Roman Reigns.
Okay.
However, if The Miz wins the Money in the Bank, he's the champ tonight.
Okay. Which makes sense for The Miz because it's history repeating itself. Because even if Randy Orton wins, he'll put him down at the end of his match again.
Yes. Because here's the thing. I don't know if I'm the only person that noticed this, but Otis is on where? So Smackdown.
Oh, yeah, Smackdown, yes.
The Miz is where?
On Raw.
We have 2 championships tonight in the Hell in a Cell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think if The Miz wins, he's cashing out tonight.
Yeah.
And he's winning.
It's in his best interest for sure.
Yeah, they're not gonna wait till people are in stands for this shit. All right, that's my prediction. So I'm gonna go here now. Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Hell in a Cell, WWE Championship. I'm picking Drew McIntyre, but if The Miz wins the Money in the Bank tonight, The Miz will be the the Universal champ, the WWE champion by the end of the night.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie, I got Randy Orton tonight. Because, again, like I say on Raw, I was educated. I had no idea he had been in 8 Hell in a Cell matches. His list sounded lit as fuck. He was like John Cena twice, Daniel Bryan, Undertaker, Triple. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Where was I at?
Yeah,
where the shit happened? So, and I'm guessing his record ain't 0-8. So I'm not about to throw. So I'm not about to throw
It
Drew
ain't 500.
McIntyre.
I don't think so. I don't think it's 500, but it ain't on 1-8.
Yeah. So with that said, yeah, man, I'm picking Randy Orton. Randy Orton is doing, honestly, he's doing too great of a job at least making Drew McIntyre look like a super face. He's doing his best to make him look like a super face. And I mean, I guess we could say it's working now, right? I mean, it ain't working on us, but we're like, savvy, like lifelong watchers. But
And
but
before
like
you go on, just
Mhm.
so I can have that for you to add on to it. Actually,
Mhm.
he's been at 7. This will be 8. But in the
Okay,
7
really?
Hell in the Cell matches, he's won 4.
Okay.
And only Triple H and the Undertaker have a better record.
Mm. All right. Hey, well, so yeah, Randy Orton tonight. Because it just like, and also, man, because if Drew McIntyre, like if Randy Orton's Achilles heel is fucking Drew McIntyre, and no disrespect to Drew McIntyre, but that don't make no fucking sense, bro. Like, come on, man. That's the only dude he can't beat. Come on, man. No, I'm not rolling with that. Randy Orton, dog.
I'm with you. I mean, I'm with you. It's just something that tells me that these cats is really just, hey, he's not losing until his fans in the arena, or if it's some fluky shit. But again, I'm going with Drew McIntyre. But if the Miz wins Money in the Bank, Miz is finally going to become a 2-time world heavyweight champion.
There you go. All right.
Now the most anticipated Hell in the Cells of the night, starting with the ladies. Bayley got her ass kicked and was forced to sign the contract, Hell in the Cell, for the Smackdown Women's Championship versus Sasha Banks. This is going to be a battle, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen these two women wrestle each other, they don't hold back. They go in. Both of them feel like they are the best women in the world. PWI Pro Wrestling Illustrated had these two women in their top 5 women wrestlers of the year. Matter of fact, I think the WWE owned the top 5 spots. But I think tonight is going to be a special night for the ladies. But I also believe that Bayley's going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, she finally hit that year marker. We brought that up. I want to say September. I was like, ain't she been SmackDown Women's Champ for like a year already?
Yeah.
And sure enough, I think like that next week she crossed over the line for the year. So, I mean, plus my narrative. They never have Sasha Banks win matches. Like even though Bayley isn't white, still she don't be winning. She don't be winning the matches that she should win. Everything about Sasha Banks means that she should be the SmackDown Women's Champion. But you know what? Wait, hold up here. Wait a minute. I'm gonna veer off. Because I was going with Bayley. But to your and Boogie's point, when we did the joint a few weeks ago.
Check the archives.
Yes. If Bayley wins this match, then technically the feud is over, right? I mean, how do they stretch this out to fucking WrestleMania? So, and since my prediction of the draft and Sasha Banks being out of commission can't happen because they already did the draft. Like Sasha Banks with the top 5 pick. Yeah, so all of that's gonna happen. So none of that matters now, right? What if Hell in a Cell, Sasha Banks beats Bayley, puts her on the shelf, and then we get her back at the Royal Rumble, and she's the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble. Because if you think about it, by the way they're set up, it is more likely for Bayley to win a Royal Rumble match than it is for her to cleanly beat any other woman to get the title shot.
And it doesn't even have to be put her out of action. She could just have a hissy fit and be like, I'm out.
Yep. Because the storyline can continue. I can't believe this. Like, because the thing is, right, you can't win without me, you can't win without me. That's what the whole argument is about. So Sasha Banks beating her at Hell in a Cell, no interference. She got nobody to depend on. Sasha Banks with the blue hair, has the blue belt, rock out the fourth quarter into the Royal Rumble, and then Bayley slowly gets herself back in, wins the Royal Rumble. They meet again at WrestleMania.
I'm with it.
Yes. So I'm picking Sasha Banks tonight.
Okay.
This is
the most split we've been on a pay-per-view in a while.
Yeah, because and I'm sitting here under the act of make it make sense.
Yeah.
Because if Bayley beats Sasha Banks, what do we have to look forward to? Like, oh, you can beat her at Hell in a Cell, so you're gonna beat her at WrestleMania? Like, do we believe that?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. So let's go to the final match of the night.
Yeah,
the most personal match of the night. The best storyline in wrestling right now, in my opinion. Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Hell in a Cell. Just to put in perspective what the stipulation is. It's not if he loses, he's out. What it is that if Jey loses, him and his brother would have to take orders and acknowledge Roman Reigns as the tribal chief, or they're out of the family. And that means Naomi's out of the family too. So Naomi, her stepkids, Jay, his wife, his kids, they out. They don't get to eat at the table of the tribal chief. So, with that being said, as I said, somebody's going to try to cash in tonight. They going to get Otis the fuck up out of there if he tried. They all going to whoop his ass. Because I think Roman Reigns wins tonight. Jay and Jimmy join their cousin. Roman cries because he feels like he's bringing the family together. So he's really like crazy. Yeah, I forgot the term, but I forgot the term. Like Massive that. He's gonna whoop his cousin's ass and he's gonna cry. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, call me the tribal chief." Cousin's gonna be like, "Tribal chief, you tribal chief."
Hey, Roman Reigns is sick.
Yeah, he's just going.
Roman Reigns is sick.